Welcome back to exclusive Match of the Week. I'm your host, Coach Chuck, and it is Week 13, Thanksgiving week. We're officially in the leftovers. Don't even make it to the fridge part of the season. Less than 2 weeks until playoffs. Every lineup choice right now is either turkey and dressing or Spam and green beans straight out the can.
Coach, this league isn't even celebrating Thanksgiving at this point. This is full-on Hunger Games with a side of gravy. Folks fighting for that last playoff spot, like it's the last bowl of gumbo at Graham's house. It's nasty out there, and I love it.
Let's carve up last week's Match of the Week, the Survival Run. Dusty G versus AJ for survival points. And Dusty showed up like it was his own personal Thanksgiving Day game.
Man, James let him cook set the tone Thursday night. 28 points, a 45-yard touchdown run, 129 total yards. That boy was cooking like your favorite auntie with the elbow macaroni. Soon as that happened, AJ's plate started looking a little light.
On Sunday, Rashi Flea-on-Foot Rice came through with 26 points, 8 catches for 141 yards against the Colts. And then on Monday night, Christian McCaffrey walked in like dessert. Caught all 7 of his targets, 142 total yards, 1 touchdown. That stack shut the door.
AJ tried to fight though. Chase Brown gave him 21 with 130 total yards. Devontae Smith put up 15, and Rico Dowdle chipped in 12. But that's like bringing rolls and cranberry sauce to the function when Dusty showed up with the turkey, ham, and dressing.
We knew it was going to come down to Monday night, the 49ers versus the Panthers. But by kickoff, Dusty was already up 60. Dusty still had McCaffrey and Kittle. AJ had Purdy, Dowdle, and Pearsall. That's not a comeback recipe, that's damage control.
And after that matchup, AJ dropped Brock Purdy like a hot pan straight out the oven. Again, man done streamed that boy like 3 times this year. Now Joe Burrow's back from the toe injury, so maybe things look brighter for AJ? Maybe. And let's not forget, AJ's only been blown out by 75 twice this season, both times by Dusty. Week 1 and Week 12. Dusty has owned AJ this season, and he made sure everybody saw it again last week on primetime.
Let's turn our eyes to the rest of the league and see who feasted and who got carved up in Week 12. Boy kept running his weekly Beatdown of the Week program, took down Merc City 229 to 112.
Jahmyr Gibbs, 74 fantasy points, 11 receptions, 264 total yards, 3 touchdowns, 74 points. That's not a player, that's a full Thanksgiving spread on one roster spot. Merc never had a chance. Dead on arrival.
Candy Girl handled business against Soul Knights, 173 to 124. Dak Prescott dropped 34. Wandale Robinson had 33. And Emmanuel Wilson posted 32 as the injury fill in.
That Emmanuel Wilson pickup was like grabbing the last good pie off the Walmart shelf on Wednesday night. Josh Jacobs was out, Candy slid in, and boom, 32 points. That's how you survive November.
King Silverback stopped the giant killer in his tracks, beating Type Stuff 164 to 137.
Jalen Hurts with 34, Derrick Henry 23, Travis Etienne 23, Kenneth Gainwell 22. That lineup came out the oven hot. Both these guys are in the fighting for the last few spots zone, and that win was huge for King Silverback.
Dylan took down Acknowledge Me 145 to 101. That win officially clinched his playoff spot.
Stafford for 29, Devontae Adams with 23, Parker Washington with 18, plus Dylan hit on his parlay. Man had himself a certified football feast this weekend.
And then, the surprise of the week. Harlem beats Jay Woods 99 to 85.
Score looked like a box score, but hey, Harlem snapped the 10-game losing streak. First win since week 1. That's like going 10 Thanksgivings with no turkey and finally getting a plate. DJ Moore led him with 23, and that was somehow enough. Man's been down bad for so long, the league almost filed a missing persons report.
All right, time to pass out some Week 12 hardware. Best team went to Boy, 229 points, 3rd week in a row. averaging 211 points over his last 3 matchups. That's just completely absurd. Worst team was Jay Woods, not Harlem, with 85 points. Most efficient manager, type stuff at 100%, gave it everything in that loss to King Silverback. Least efficient manager, Jay Woods, again, left 25 on the bench. Xavier Worthy and Khalil Shakir would have flipped the result. And lastly, biggest blowout, Boy versus Merc City, 229 to 112. Third straight week Boy owns this award.
So Boy out here eating turkey, ham, and dessert, while some of y'all still trying to warm up frozen pizza. Wild times and exclusive.
Let's talk about the exclusive power rankings and how this playoff picture is shaping up. 2 weeks left. Think of this list like the seating chart at Thanksgiving. Some people locked at the big table. Some still fighting for a chair. Number 1, Boy at 10-2. He's already clinched and is playing for that first round bye now. If he wins one more or if the teams behind him stumble, that bye is basically wrapped in foil and labeled with his name.
He's the one walking around with the plate first while everybody else is still saying grace.
Number 2, DillanPicklz at 9-3 on an 8-game win streak. Longest this league has seen. Playoffs are clinched, and now it's all about seeding. If he wins out and Boy slips, he's got a real shot to steal that bye.
Man's treating the league like an all-you-can-eat buffet. As long as he keeps that streak alive, he's eating free.
Number 3, Dusty G at 8-4. He snapped the 3-game losing streak with that win over AJ, and officially locked in his playoff ticket too. For Dusty, these last 2 games are about climbing back to that number 2 seed.
He went from cold leftovers to fresh out the oven real quick, beating AJ like that.
Number 4, Candy Girl at 7-5. She's bouncing back and forth between the 4 and 5 seed with Merc City. One more win likely seals her spot. 2 wins, and she's playing for top 4 stability, and maybe even a higher seed if chaos hits above her.
Injury bug been passing her plate around, but if she can grab one more W, she's probably eating at the playoff table for sure.
Number 5, Merc City, also 7-5. Even after getting blown out by Boy, he's still firmly in the power rankings. But with Acknowledge Me and Dusty on deck, he probably needs at least 1 win, maybe both, to feel truly safe.
He's standing in the kitchen doorway. You're not kicked out, but you're not sitting down yet either. One wrong step, and you're eating in the hallway.
Number 6, Soul Knights at 5-7 on a 3-game losing streak. He's hanging on to that 6th spot by tiebreakers and points. Realistically, he needs to win out and hope some of the other 5 and 7 teams stumble to keep control of his own destiny.
He's not fully cooked, but that turkey is looking a little dry right now if he doesn't fix it fast.
Number 7, AJ at 5-7 on a 2-game losing streak. He's clinging to that last playoff chair with matchups left against Boy and Dillan. Literally the top 2 seeds. For AJ, one more loss might be all it takes to knock him out. He needs wins and probably needs help.
That schedule ain't a plate, it's a challenge menu. If he makes the playoffs after this, it's gonna be one of those ESPN 30 for 30 stories.
Now, let's talk about the back of the line. The toilet bowl rich. These are the folks who can still crash the party or end up washing the dishes. Number 8, Acknowledge Me at 5-7. He's right outside the exclusive power rankings and still very much alive. If he wins out, and 1 or 2 of the 5 and 7 teams above him drop a game, he could sneak into one of those last playoff spots on record in points.
He's basically standing on the porch, knocking with a casserole dish like, y'all got room for one more?
Number 9, Type Stuff at 5-7. His win streak got snapped, but he's not dead yet. If he finishes 2-0 and the middle of the pack keeps beating each other up, he's absolutely in the mix for that 6 or 7 seed.
Giant Killer might have tripped, but if he rallies these last 2 weeks, he can still sneak into the playoffs and make Thanksgiving hell for somebody.
Number 10, King Silverback, also 5-7, and now on a 2-game win streak. He's coming from the back of the line, but mathematically still alive, like the others at 5-7. He likely needs to win out and hope for at least 1 or 2 key losses from the teams currently in 6-7.
He's climbing the tree again. Still a long way up, but at least he's not face down on the jungle floor anymore. God, I feel like I'm cutting it close with these monkey references.
Number 11, Jay Woods at 4-8, on a 4-game losing streak, and just lost to Harlem. His path is almost gone. He basically needs to win out, and pray for absolute chaos in the middle, plus some miracle tiebreakers.
He's trying to make the playoffs off of pure hope and a calculator that keeps telling him, nah, bro.
Number 12, Harlem at 2-10. He's officially out of the winner's bracket. At this point, he's playing spoiler and trying to make sure somebody else has to pay for belt shipping next year.
He's not at the table. He's in the driveway flipping folks' plates over when they try to leave. Oh, you thought you were making the playoffs. Let me fix that.
Bottom line, this week is make or break. The middle of the pack, from about 4 to 9, is packed tighter than a Thanksgiving fridge. A couple of wins here, a couple of bad losses there, and somebody's dream season ends before December 1st.
2 weeks left. Nobody's safe except the top 3. Everybody else, you're either cooking or getting cooked.
Now we step into Week 13 Match of the Week, the Turkey Bowl. 2 brothers, 2 certified contenders, both already clinched, but playing for position, pride, and power.
Number 2, Dillan at 9-3. Number 3, Dusty at 8-4. This ain't about if they make the playoffs anymore. This is about how high they sit when the bracket locks. Dusty wins, he snatches that number 2 seed right back. Dillan wins, he locks it down and puts pressure on Boy for that bye.
These two already danced once this season. Week 2, when Dusty took it 145 to 130. Since then, Dusty has stayed near the top, averaging around 158 points per game, and even reaching the number 2 spot. He went on a 5-game win streak, hit a rough patch with 3 straight losses, then shook off the L-bug last week by steamrolling AJ in primetime.
And Dillan, after the loss to his big bro, took an L from number 1 Boy, then he ripped off an 8-game win streak from there. Passed up Dusty in week 11, grabbed the number 2 spot, and now he's hunting that number 1 seed. He's already the Dynasty League champ, and now he's eyeing the redraft belt like it's the last slice of sweet potato pie.
So this isn't just a matchup, it's a seeding statement. Dillan wins, and number 2 is basically his. Dusty wins, and the whole playoff bracket gets scrambled. Week 14 turns into a straight-up seeding slugfest. Dillan is rolling in heavy with the Rams offense against the Carolina defense that's improved but still inconsistent. Matthew Stafford, MVP frontrunner numbers, 2,830 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, only 2 picks, and an insane streak of 27 TDs without an interception since week 3. That's surgical. Kyren Williams, projected to bounce back this week, around 15 to 20 fantasy points, and about 70-plus rushing yards. He's still sitting as a top 10 PPR back. Davante Adams, leading the league in touchdowns, locked in with Stafford as his go-to weapon in the red zone.
If that Rams offense heats up against Carolina, Dillan might have half his Thanksgiving plate filled before the afternoon games even end.
On the other side, Dusty's rolling out his own 3-headed monster. Christian McCaffrey just came off another game with 100-plus scrimmage yards, his 10th time doing that this season. He's basically Thanksgiving leftovers. You just keep going back for more and more. James let him cook. 3rd straight 1,000-yard rushing season, joining Thurman Thomas and O.J. Simpson in Bills history. That's elite company. Rashi Fleon-Foot Rice is expected to play through a hamstring issue against the Cowboys. If he's right, he's a yards-after-catch problem.
If McCaffrey and Cook both hit like they did last week, Dusty's going to be handing out L's like to go plates the rest of the season.
There are some big X factors here. Dusty's got Josh Jacobs listed as questionable with a knee contusion, a game-time decision for Thanksgiving against the Lions. His presence, or absence, could swing Dusty's ceiling by a mile. Dusty will also be leaning on Jacoby Brissett at quarterback with Baker Mayfield likely out from a shoulder sprain.
Meanwhile, Dillan needs that entire Rams trio, Stafford, Kyren, and Davante, to go to work early Sunday at noon against Carolina. If Carolina folds, Dillan could stack up a lead before Dusty's late games even get going.
And then it all funnels down to Monday night. Giants at Patriots. Dusty will have Stephon Diggs and Tyrone Tracy going, while Dillan will have the Patriots defense, currently ranked 6th among fantasy defenses.
That's the perfect holiday sweat, coach. Somebody's gonna be praying for picks and sacks, somebody else begging for Diggs to cook. That last game might decide who walks into Week 14 sitting at the number 2 seed.
Sleeper Vegas has Dusty favored by 18.71 with about a 61% win probability. On paper, that's a solid advantage, but in this league, we've watched projections get deep fried every single week.
We've seen 70-point swings, 200-point explosions, and benches outscoring starters. That 18-point spread looks nice on the app, but all it takes is one injury, one dud, or one monster game, and that bird is burned.
All right, time to hear from the brothers stepping into the Turkey Bowl. 2 playoff-bound managers, one playing to lock up the 2 seed, the other trying to take it back. Dillan, Dustin, take it away.
Well, look at the match we got this week. I've been waiting for this one.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Last time I was here, didn't I say I was coming for that round 1 bye? Ain't no take backs this time, bro. You ain't gonna be able to cheat me out of a win like you used to when we played Street Volume 2 when you was unplugging controllers and shit. Alright? This win, it's gonna take me back to the good old days when I used to beat you in Guitar Hero, or when you used to be crying about screen watching when you got destroyed in Call of Duty. Before I go, I want to say your CMC trade made you look like you got CTE. Oh, wait a minute. My bad.
Damn, it feels good to be Dusty G right now, huh? I mean, it's Thanksgiving. I'm out here about to smoke a turkey. And I clinched a playoff spot. Now, Dillan, I should be thanking you for what you did for me and all, keeping my number 2 seed warm for me. But just like that accidental Jefferson trade, I'm gonna need that back. All right. And I don't need you telling on me, man, like you used to do. I know my mama over there for Thanksgiving, but after I whoop your ass this week, I don't need no phone calls for her. Why you do that to my baby? Why you do that? I don't want none of that. So, happy Thanksgiving, Dillan. I'm gonna make sure that is one to remember.
Oh yeah, coach, the kitchen is getting hot. Dillan sounds like that streak is not stopping at 8. Man talking like he already circled win number 9 on the calendar. Dusty, on the other hand, is calm, confident, and ready to take back what he thinks is his. This matchup is pure family chaos. Just like Thanksgiving. Except instead of arguing over politics, somebody's walking out with the number 2 seed.
So here we are. Week 13, the Turkey Bowl. 2 brothers, 2 heavyweights locked into the dance, but still fighting for position. When the leftovers are wrapped and the scores are final, who's walking into Week 14 as the number 2 seed?
Coach, I'm rolling with Dillan. 8-game win streak, Rams offense humming, and he's been playing like a man who refuses to go back into the loss column. If that Stafford Kyron Adams stack hits early, I think he controls this matchup from the jump. Streak goes to 9.
I hear you, but I'm taking Dusty. McCaffrey and Cook together are just too much over a full week, and those Monday night bullets with Diggs and Tracy could be lethal if it's close. The spread favors Dusty for a reason. This feels like the week Big Brother reminds the league why he was sitting near the top all season.
League, you know what to do. Drop your predictions in the chat. Will it be DillanPicklz riding that red-hot streak straight through Week 13? Or will it be Dusty G snatching his spot back and walking into Week 14 as the number 2?
2 weeks left. Playoff brackets tightening. Some of you are already in. Some of you are right on the edge. And some of you are out here trying to play spoiler and drag somebody else down with you. That's the beauty of this league. Every matchup still matters. This is exclusive, where the scores are wild, the trash talk is real, and Thanksgiving week might make or break your whole season.
Before we go, we want to take a moment to do something bigger than fantasy football. There's life, there's family, and there are the people who shape who we are long before we ever set a lineup.
Today, we honor Rose Ann Garrison. Born the 6th of October 1943 and called home on the 20th of November 2025, she was a quiet soul whose eyes shined brighter than anything, with a smile that could light up any room. A loving mother, sister, aunt, grandmother, and great-grandmother.
She poured love into generations, and that kind of love doesn't disappear. It echoes. She will be deeply missed, but we know her soul is at rest, and the impact she made lives on in every story, every laugh, every memory shared by the people who loved her.
There are special people in our lives who never leave us, even after they are gone. We love you, Granny, so very much. Your heart lives with us as we walk through life carrying the love and legacy you started.